If you're struggling to find the motivation that you need to start working out, or maybe you're already working out and you're not sure what you're doing wrong because you're just not experiencing the results that you're after. Well, today we're going to cover 5 ways to actually make 2024 amazing. Because you deserve to not have to spend another year going one step forward, one step back, and staying stuck in the same place that you've been. And these 5 things are going to absolutely transform your perspective on turning your workout into an important pillar of your life so that you can show up for yourself as an act of self-care rather than self-judgment, and you can actually learn to move your body better so that you feel better in your body. Oh, at the end of this live stream, we have a special freebie for you. So make sure you stay for the whole live event. Let's get started. Thank you guys so much for joining us. This is a live that we're going to do that's focused on the 5 ways to make 2024 amazing. And like I said just before, at the end of this, I'm going to share with you an amazing gift that's going to help you actionalize these 5 ways into your life so that you can actually make 2024 amazing, all right? So I'm not just going to give you information, I'm also going to help you learn how to apply that information because it's so important to do so. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to walk over to this whiteboard. I'm going to talk about what we're going to look at today. You can see this whiteboard right here. This is not the 5 ways, all right? These are the 5 things that we think that people might tell us, but they're not the 5 ways, all right? So don't exercise. That's not the 5 ways. What we actually want to do is this. Number 1, we want to practice movement, all right? If you want to change the way that you're able to show up for yourself in your workouts, the first thing that I believe you should do is stop thinking about going and exercising. And let me explain why, okay? Exercise is a word that has a lot of negative associations with it. We're punished with exercise. We have to go to PE class and exercise. We're miserable the whole time. We look at ourselves in the mirror. We judge ourselves. We say, I'm too overweight. I need to go exercise. And exercise thus becomes a negative word for us. It's not something we hear and want to do. And when we also think about exercise, we think about things like pumping our muscles so we can change the way we look and burning calories so we can burn those extra pounds. All of this is self-judgment. All of this is you judging yourself and calling yourself names and trying to use that as fuel for motivation to get you to work out. And I'm here to tell you that if you want to make 2024 amazing, you got to cut that out. Stop exercising and start practicing movement. So what does this mean? Instead of showing up for your workouts to try and pump your muscles and burn as many calories as possible so you can change the way you look, so you can get that validation that you're seeking outside of yourself, start showing up for your workouts as an act of self-care and practice mindful movement. All right, so what's that? Mindful movement is something that we talk about a lot at WeShape. Most people, when they go to the gym, they go on the treadmill and stuff and they check out. They go pump their muscles on the machines and they check out. Mindful movement means challenging yourself with movements that help you gain strength, flexibility, balance, and coordination all at the same time, and really bringing your mind into your body and connecting with your body so that you can feel the way things are supposed to feel. Because when you move your body better, you feel better in your body. And that's what we're all about by teaching movement, teaching you how to move well and connect with your body. All right, so before we go to number 2, what I want to do right now is I want to teach you 2 different movements that you can do from the comfort of your own home, and I'll show you 3 different variations for each to make sure that you have a beginner variation, an intermediate variation, and an advanced variation. But I want to show you how simple this really is because you don't need all those machines, you don't need equipment, you don't need trainers, the stuff in the magazines, like all this equipment, it's insane. What you need is to practice movement, and these 2 moves right here are going to help you do so, all right? The first move is one of my favorite moves that basically anybody could ever do. It's called the sit to stand, okay? And the sit to stand is where you come to the edge of your seat, you bring your feet in a slightly wider stance than you normally stand, your toes are slightly turned outward, and then you're going to bow forward from the hips. Now this is where a lot of people get it wrong right here, is they round their back like this as they move forward. Instead of rounding our back as we squat or as we stand up from the chair, we want to bow forward from the hips while keeping a nice neutral spine. And then put the weight in the heels, put your hands on your thighs, put the weight in the heels, keep the weight in the heels, keep the weight in the heels, keep bent forward like I am doing right here, and then slowly stand up and extend the hips. All right, so one more time. On the way back down, put your hands on your knees and slowly come back down to the start position. Now, when most people stand up from a chair, what do? They put their feet close together, they bring their knees forward, their knees come together, they stand up, their knees hurt, and they feel pain, and they don't feel good. That's because you're not mindfully moving. So practicing movement with a sit to stand is great. So inhale before you stand up, weights on the heels, knees over toes, hinge forward from the hips, press into the knees, stand up nice and tall, all right? We're gonna inhale as we sit back down, and then just repeat like that. So this is a fantastic movement. One of my favorite movements you can do to strengthen the lower body, the glutes, even the core if you keep a nice tight core as you do this movement, okay? Now this is a fantastic beginner variation where you're using your hands for support. So a great intermediate variation is this. Instead of using your hands for support, bring your hands out front, same things, all the same key points of alignment. Make sure you don't round your back forward or roll up on your toes. Your weight stays in your heels, right? You're gonna come up to a standing position without the hands, and this time you're gonna rise up to your toes. Okay, so this is a sit to stand, fully extended at the top. A sit to stand, fully extended at the top, like this. This is a great intermediate variation that you can do. You do this for about a minute, and you're gonna feel amazing strength in your lower body, and it's gonna be very fatiguing at the same time, so it's a fantastic movement. And if that's still too easy for you, you can do a sit to hop, where all the same rules apply as the sit to fully extend to stand, right? But we go like this, arms in front, we sit, we hop. And we stand back down, and then we hop again. We sit back down, we hop again, right? Just like this. And this one will make your heart go through the roof. But all of these movements are rooted in something really important. Again, mindful movement, practicing movement. It's the ability to stand up from a chair with perfect alignment of your knees, your hips, your core, your spine, so that you don't have aches and pains in your knees anymore. If you practice this movement, not only will you be getting a great workout, but you'll actually be able to do the things with your body that you want to do for as long as possible because you're practicing movement. You're not checking out and mindlessly exercising, you're mindfully moving, okay? So that's the first movement I wanted to show you. It's 3 different variations. The sit to stand with your hands on your thighs supported, then one where we come all the way extended on our toes and start to bring the ankles into it, and the third one where we hop and land at the top, all right? The next movement is the push-up. And I'm going to show you a few simple variations of the push-up right now, all right? It's going to be starting with what we call the high chair push-up. Now, before you ever try this, please make sure that your chair is sturdy and that you're not going to lean on it and it's going to push out in front of you, all right? I don't want anybody's falling on their faces on our account. So you're going to put your hands on the chair, and if you need to, you can also turn your hands to the outside. This is helpful for people oftentimes with wrist pain, okay? So what you're going to do is put the hands on the chair and get into a good position. So what does that mean? From a side angle, I don't want your butt sticking out like this. And I don't want your back or your hips coming down like this, right? I want your pelvis tilted, so tailbone towards the ground, and I want you to press out through the shoulders. Now from there, push your hands down into the chair. This is gonna help you activate these muscles underneath your armpits, called the lats, the serratus, all the core muscles around your armpits, all right? So right there, when we push down, we activate those muscles, and then instead of letting your elbows flare up like this, I want you to let your elbows come down towards your hips as you come up and down, practicing the high chair push-up. Now this is a simple variation of the push-up that you can do, that most people can do in a way that doesn't hurt them. But remember all those key points. Squeezing the glutes, squeezing the core, tucking the pelvis, right? Pressing down, activating the lats, keeping the shoulders down away from the ears, and then bringing the elbows down instead of out as we do the high chair push-up. All right, that's a great beginner variation. And by the way, if that's still too hard, you can do this on a wall as well. And you can just literally take a foot or 2 step away from the wall and do it like that. And almost everybody should be able to do a wall variation of push-up. If you can do this, check this out. Really simple. Whoop. We just turn it around. As we lower the angle and we lower the height, we make the movement more challenging, right? So same thing, hands on the chair if you need to, fingertips turned out to the side. Squeeze the glutes in the pelvis. Push down in the chair. So in this circumstance, I'm pulling the chair down like this, trying to really activate my lats, right? And I'm trying to hold this great position as I come down and push back up in the low chair variation of the push-up, okay? Gets a lot harder as you go lower. Now, as you can probably imagine, a more advanced variation of this is where we just bring our body all the way down to the ground, right? So, coming into a regular push-up position, and in this position, it's really natural for you to want to push your hands up like this. When you're holding this position, you're thinking about pushing up. Instead, imagine dragging your hands towards your thighs. That's going to be that same lat activation that we just talked about, which is going to protect the shoulders and make this a much better move for your entire body. So hands go pulled towards your sides. You see that difference? So subtle. My hands are pushed up. My hands are pulled towards me. Now I'm tight all the way through. And then you can do push-ups like that on the ground to gain strength. So there you have it. 2 simple movements, okay? We have the push-up and the sit-to-stand. And these are 2 movements you can do from the comfort of your own home to practice movement, all right? So it's not about exercising anymore. Get that out of your head if you want to make 2024 the best year ever. And instead, start practicing movement. You can use these 2 moves right here. And by the way, if you don't want to figure this all out for yourself, this gift that I'm going to give you at the end is going to help take care of this, all right? It's going to help you, like I said, put these 5 things into action. Okay, let's come on over here. So, next, don't set goals. Instead, what we want to do is we want to set intentions, okay? So, here's the deal. A lot of people say that their goal is to lose weight. And then they go join a program, they do it for a few weeks, it's rooted in self-hatred, and then what happens? All that fear catches up, we self-sabotage, we never end up making any real noticeable, sustainable progress, right? And so, oftentimes, people set these superficial goals. And the reality is that most of these goals just aren't enough to keep you motivated. And so instead of setting these superficial goals, I want to lose weight, I want to gain this, I want to fit into this dress. Instead of setting those, let's set an intention. An intention is your why. It's why are you showing up to your workouts in the first place? Why? Now I want to tell you a story real quick about this in order to really drive this home, okay? Because if you dig deep on your why that's underneath those superficial goals, you'll find something that's incredibly motivating. That's going to make it so that when you wake up in the morning, you want to go practice movement because you feel like your body deserves it, okay? So here's the story. I used to own a local fitness program, and I had a bunch of trainers working underneath me, and I actually developed this training curriculum program for the trainers who would come work with me. And I had this girl there, and we were talking about setting intentions. This is something I've believed for a very long time. And I asked her, I said, so what is your goal right now? And she was like, I want to be able to do a squat on one leg. You know, this like one-legged squat where you stand up from a chair and you sit down like this, right? And I'm like, okay, well, why do you want to be able to do a one-legged squat? And she goes, well, because I think it's a really great expression of having really healthy, strong legs and like good alignment with your knees and your hips and everything. And I want to be as strong as possible. I was like, well, why? Why do you want to be as strong as possible? Why do you want your knees to be aligned and have healthy legs? She's like, well, I kind of want to get back to running again. I used to like love running and I haven't done it in such a long time because my knee hurts when I run. So I want to do something that'll help me correct that. And I was like, well, why do you want to get back to running again? And then it just kind of hit her. She said, because me and my dad used to run marathons together and I used to love doing that with him. And I was like, ooh, there it is. There it is. The point of this story is simple. If you look underneath your why, I want to lose weight, I want to tone this, I want to fit in this dress, whatever it may be. If you look underneath that why and you keep asking yourself that question, why do I want to lose weight? Why do I want to look good? Why do I want to whatever? What's ultimately going to come back is probably some sense of wanting to feel like you're able to show up for yourself because it represents something meaningful in your life. Just like that girl. She really wanted to go run marathons with her dad because it meant quality time. And for you, if you set that goal of losing weight, it's just not going to stick. It never has, and it never will. It's not meaningful enough. It's not important. And again, it's rooted in self-hatred. So instead of that, I'm going to make one suggestion. Really simply put, you need to take whatever goal you might have, and you need to ask yourself why you have that goal. And when you get an answer, ask yourself why. And when you get an answer, ask yourself why. We had one person at one of our feel-good challenges say they sat there writing this over and over again until they did it. I can't remember how many pages it was, like 11 pages of why with answers after it, right? Until she got to this really root why that was meaningful for her. And this is really valuable time spent. And remember that the most important thing about your why should be rooted in positive emotions. It should be rooted in you are worthy of practicing movement. You are worthy of taking care of yourself. Because when you feel worthy of taking care of yourself, you're actually able to show up for it. Okay? So practice the why. That's the second part, all right? Number 3, the third way to feel amazing in 2024. And this is a big one, okay? This is going to go back to the losing weight. People think that losing weight means you'll feel happy, right? If I can just get the body of my dreams, I'll finally feel happy. Wrong. That doesn't happen. What actually makes you feel happy? Self-appreciation actually makes you feel happy. I'm going to unpack this here because it's also incredibly important, okay? So, self-appreciation means that when you walk past the mirror, you don't look at yourself and think to yourself, ooh, look at that disgusting this, or oh gosh, I wish I could lose weight, or oh, these parts of my body are so gross. It means you retrain your mind to walk past that mirror and start saying positive things about yourself. Now, I want you to know something. This is really, really, really important. This is not your fault. This is like really important. Hear me out. This is not your fault. You were not born hating the way you looked. Society taught you that. The fitness industry, the media, the social media, all that stuff taught you that. It taught you to hate who you are and aspire towards being this ideal body image that everybody wants to be. Well, guess what? That ideal body image, it's not real. Even the people you see in the magazines have been airbrushed and put through all these different filters. None of it's real. And why are you striving to be something that you're not? Nobody has the same body shapes. We're all different shapes and sizes. And so what's more important than striving to change the way we look because we think that if we change the way we look, we'll feel happy, is changing how we feel about ourselves. So I'm going to give you a tip on how to do this. And this is a really big one. Again, going back to the mirror, the first step is awareness. It means you walk past the mirror, you're going to put your clothes on, and you start to become aware of those negative thoughts that pop into your head. Remember, those are not your thoughts. Those are the magazines, social media, the fitness industry telling you got to change your body to look a certain way so you can feel good about yourself. That's not the reality. You can feel good about yourself right now if you choose to. So start with awareness. The awareness to notice that when you start judging yourself and you start criticizing yourself, you go, whoa, I'm judging myself and criticizing myself. That's it. I don't care about any other aspects of this. Just build the awareness. Start there. And once you've built the awareness to start catching yourself over and over again in this dialogue, put a stop to it. All right? So at first, we build awareness. Sometimes that awareness comes after the fact. We start reflecting and saying, whoa, I was really unkind to myself today, right? But then we put a stop to it partway through. That's progress. I'm looking in the mirror. I'm about to say something bad about myself. I start saying it. I say, wait a second. I'm judging myself. And so I stop. Okay? Now the next step is practicing self-appreciation. So this time, instead of saying to yourself, stop and stopping, stop yourself and then pause and stay there, stay with it until you're able to give yourself true appreciation. Now, I want to be real about this. It's very easy to say this, but sometimes it's hard to actually do. And during our challenges, we do these big live calls and we talk about these subjects we're talking about right here. And a lot of people come on those calls and say, what do I appreciate? Like, what do I appreciate about myself? And that's one of the most fun calls that I get to do because everybody is worthy of appreciation. You too. Everybody is worthy of appreciation. So don't have to start with the things like lying to yourself. You don't have to lie to yourself and say, oh, I really like the way that I look. That might not be true, but maybe you like your smile. Maybe you like how hard you work. Maybe you like how smart you are, funny you are. Maybe you like how you show up in your relationships. There's something about you that's worthy of appreciating. And if we can take the time each day to build the awareness of when we're being unkind to ourselves and start replacing it with being kind and appreciative towards ourselves, then our self-worth grows intrinsically. And I'm saying this to save you a whole lot of time and heartache because guess what? When people lose weight, they don't end up happy. I've been in the fitness industry for almost 20 years, and I've seen people lose hundreds of pounds and still hate themselves at the end. So don't fall victim to this. Don't hate yourself because society told you to. Choose otherwise. Choose self-appreciation. Okay? All right. Remember, I got a big gift for you at the end of this that's going to help you appreciate yourself more as well, and surround yourself with people who are working on these same things, because unraveling your beliefs, changing the way you think, that's not quick. It's something that takes time and a lot of work, but it's worth it, and you're worth it, okay? Let's come back over here. Number 4. Going to go to number 4. Social media. Most people you probably hear out there talk about not using social media, okay? And I get it. A lot of social media is destructive, but I'm going to tell you straight up a little bit of a different story. I think you should use social media, all right? But I want to explain why I'm saying that you should use social media, all right? So, oftentimes, we feel alone in our journey, right? And when we feel alone in our journey, we feel sad. When we feel sad, we don't feel motivated. When we don't feel motivated, we don't take action. So what do we need? We need to take action. We need to feel motivated. We need to not feel sad and bad about ourselves, and we need that support and that community, right? So, it's not about not using social media. It's about learning how to use social media in a way that serves you instead of social media using you in a way that serves it. That's a really important distinction. And what I really want to focus on here more than social media for entertainment purposes is using social media for connection, right? Joining groups of like-minded people whose goals are to help you become a better version of yourself. Because when you become a better version of yourself around other people who are trying to become a better version of themselves, it's like magical how much it does for your support and motivation. Trying to do this alone, trying to change your beliefs, trying to set better intentions, trying to stop trying to exercise because you hate yourself and start practicing movement, right? That takes time. That takes support. And so finding communities online through social media, through other things that might go on, is critical for you to feel supported in that. Because the truth is this: if you're watching this right now and you're excited and you're getting bought into it, well, guess what? You're going to go tell somebody about this, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, and they're going to be like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to go back to exercising and hating myself. And you're going to be like, no, don't go back, right? Because once you see this, you can't unsee it. And so you need people around you who can hold a safe space, who can be judgment-free, who can really show up for the experience of changing your beliefs, setting better intentions, practicing movement, right? You need community. It's so important. Community is one of those things that we don't think about when we think about our overall health and wellness, but it is one of the most important things for our overall longevity. So, do you have people around you that you can feel like you can be 100% yourself with and not be judged? Or do you feel like you're constantly suppressing who you are to make sure that nobody else feels sad, right? Do you have friends that you can turn to when you're struggling with your own internal self-hatred and say, wow, I need support. I need somebody to look at me in the eyes and say that they think that my eyes are beautiful, that they appreciate me, so that you can start to feel what the appreciation should feel like when you start to appreciate yourself. Because remember, we're not taught to love ourselves except through relation to other. We're supposed to learn how to love ourselves in relationship to others. And if you have a community who doesn't know how to appreciate themselves and is constantly calling themselves names internally or externally, using that as motivation to go do their workout so they can change the way they look because they believe they'll be happy, then you'll get stuck in that trap. And it's a trap. People are spending more money now than ever before on fitness, and yet we are more unhappy, more overweight, more sick, more unhealthy, more lonely than we've ever been. So stop doing that. And how you stop doing that is you build a community around you of people who will willing to practice movement, set intentions, work on appreciating their bodies, and unraveling those beliefs, and that use social media, use the internet to develop a connection with each other so that they can support each other. All right? Well, that's number 4. And I want to remind you one more time, I got a gift coming up at the very end of this, so stay tuned. It's only going to be a couple minutes away because I got one more thing to do. Number 5, and this one's big, all right? This is a huge problem in the fitness industry, and anything that you try to accomplish in your life is this: I'll get started when I learn the best way. If I can just find the best program, the best approach, the best this, the best that, then I'll be ready to get started. Guess what? Most people never end up doing anything significant with their life. They don't take risks on their dreams, on who they want to become, because they think it has to be perfect before they get there. But I'm here to tell you something really important. You need to embrace the fear of imperfect action, and you need to take action. All right? Number 5 is take action. Because when you take action, you actually start to figure out what works. When you sit on the sidelines and constantly try to learn the best way and never take action, you'll never, ever figure out what works for you. And so instead of trying to find the perfect plan, the perfect workout, the perfect this, the perfect that, right? Get started imperfectly. Just recognize that along the way, you're going to fail a lot of times. If I could just download all of my failures into your mind, your jaw would hit the floor. But I am the man I am today because of those failures. We learn through our willingness to put ourselves out there and fail. We don't really learn all that much from doing stuff and succeeding as much as we learn from those failures. But you've got to be brave enough to recognize that it's not easy, that failure stings, that sometimes it hurts. But if we consistently take action, failing, succeeding, we will get there so much faster. And you'll make this a more meaningful life for yourself. So stop trying to learn the best way and getting caught in this paralysis analysis, having to think everything through all the time before you take action. And instead, take action. Take the steps. The steps you need to take today, like I said, practice movement. Show up for your workouts, for your body, by practicing movement. And this doesn't have to be workouts either. You can go out in the world and enjoy yourself and do things that make you happy with your body. Just don't take it for granted. Get out there and practice movement so you can move your body and do the things you want as long as possible. Set intentions. Don't just say, I want to lose weight. Answer why you want to lose weight. Is it because you want to live a lot longer so you can spend more time with your kids and grandkids? That's a meaningful intention. Losing weight because you want other people to see you and appreciate you, that's just not going to help you get the job done. And self-appreciation. Let's unravel those beliefs together, right? Let's unravel those beliefs of, I need to change the way I look so I can feel happy. And let's start saying, I appreciate my body, so I'm going to go practice movement because I am worth it. You are worth it. But you got to believe that if you want it to become true in your life. And finally, use that social media. Use the internet. Develop connections with people. Don't just go scroll through a bunch of mindless stuff. Develop connections with a community who can support you, who can help you, who can make sure that you're able to show up and consistently practice these things. And remember, the last step is take action. All right? Take action. It's so important. All right. I've got this gift for you guys right now. So if you're watching, I want to show you how you can put all of this into action right now. All right? I'm going to flip this board around because we are about to launch the WeShape Feel Good Challenge. Now, what is the WeShape Feel Good Challenge? The WeShape Feel Good Challenge is 28 days of personalized workouts and live coaching with myself, Dr. Lisa, and our team of amazing coaches. And before you go, I want to tell you two things that are really important right here. First of all, joining the WeShape Feel Good Challenge is 100% for free. You get 28 days of personalized workouts and live coaching for free. And the second thing is, if you're still on the fence after this call, well, at the very end, I'm going to give you a follow-along workout where you can try one of our workouts live and see that it's the perfect type of workout to help you learn to move your body better so that you feel better in your body. So, if you want to join the WeShape Feel Good Challenge, what you got to do right now is go to WeShape.com/challenge. Or you can click the link below this video or above this video, depending on the platform that you're watching on right now. During this challenge, we're going to go through what's called our WeShape Way curriculum. Now, this curriculum is closely tied to the 5 things that we just talked about. It's going to teach you how to show up to your workouts as an act of self-care because you want to care for your body. Because when you care for your body takes care of you. It's going to teach you how to connect with movement, connect with your body, and learn how to move your body better so that you feel better in your body. It's going to teach you how to establish intentions that give you motivation to continue when it's hard to keep going. And it's going to connect you with an amazing community of people that are going to help support you along the way, being there for your struggles and celebrating your wins at the same time. And again, this is 28 days of personalized at-home workouts that only take 30 minutes to complete. You're going to get live coaching. You're going to get chances to win several prizes, and our grand prize winner even gets to fly out to WeShape headquarters and hang out with our team for a few days and even do a one-on-one in-person coaching session with myself personally. So if you guys want to put these steps into action right now and you want to actually make the next 4 weeks count, I highly recommend you join the WeShape Feel Good Challenge by going to WeShape.com/challenge or clicking the link above or below, depending on which platform you're on right now. Okay? Do that right now. Join the challenge. It's 100% free, but make sure you do it ASAP before we go live because registration does close on Saturday at midnight, which is only a couple days away. Okay? Otherwise, if you're still on the fence, why don't you try out this free workout and see if it feels good to you? And afterwards, make sure you go sign up for the challenge, okay? Welcome to this sample WeShape follow along workout. Now the way this workout is going to work is we're going to have you do one of 4 different movements during each interval. So on the screen what you'll see is 4 different movements. Each one is a different level. So pick the one that feels like an appropriate fit for you and follow along to that during the interval, okay? Now another thing to focus on here is don't do the movement that you think you can do that's probably too hard. Start with something that's a little bit easier than you think you need to do and move up. It's better to move up than have to move down during the workout. And then from there, all you have to do is follow along, listen to your body, pay attention to the form cues so you make sure you're moving with good form, and try to enjoy your workout. Let's get started. Coming up, seated calf rocks. Get ready! Take a big breath in as you go up and give a big exhale as you go down. Try to remember to use the elevator to strengthen your core as you do this movement. Drive your toes into the ground, flexing your calves for a second, then bring your toes to your nose to strengthen your shins. This is the true fountain of youth, so keep moving. Try to stay tall through the top of your head the entire time. Don't rush this movement. The more control you have, the better. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Up next, seated YTW. Get ready. In a seated position, bring your arms in front of you and make a Y, then a T, then a W. Repeat slowly. Make sure your thumbs are pointed backwards on each movement. Try to stay tall through the top of your head and relax your neck and shoulders as you hold this stretch. Inhale as you move your arms up. Exhale as you move them back to the start position. Results happen over time, not overnight. Work hard, stay consistent, and be patient. 3, 2, 1. Yes, looking good. Up next, one arm seated side bend. Get ready. In a seated position, bend to the side as you reach one arm over your head. Hold for a moment, then switch sides. You should feel this along the side of your body and in your lats under your arms. Inhale as you reach to one side, and exhale as you come back to center. Make this workout part of your daily routine. Try to stay tall to the top of your head as you move from side to side. Three, two, one. Great job. Keep it up. Up next, seated clams. Get ready. Open your thighs as much as possible, then squeeze them together at the top. Try to stay tall to the top of your head the entire time. The struggle you'll feel today will be the strength that you feel tomorrow. Keep your eyes forward and focus on a fixed object to get better balance. Make sure the chair or surface you're using is nice and sturdy, okay? Safety first. Your journey begins here. Take that first step. 3, 2, 1. Great work. Up next, seated marching. Get ready. Stay tall to the top of your head and try to relax your neck and shoulders. Listen to your body, know when to rest. Try lifting each knee as high as you can to really activate your core. Results happen over time, not overnight. Work hard, stay consistent, and be patient. You'll never regret doing your workout after you've done it. You'll only ever regret not doing it. Inhale as you lift each leg, and exhale as you return it to the starting position. 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, you're already done with today's WeShape warm-up. Next up is the actual workout. So let's take those warm, flexible muscles and see what they can do in today's WeShape workout. For today, we're gonna have you do a 1-block workout, which means there's only one part to this workout. For this block, we're going to do 30 seconds of work followed by 15 seconds of rest on the following movements. Push-ups, squats, and finally, slightly bent leg raises. We're going to do this for 3 rounds, so get focused and let's get after today's workout. Coming up, push-ups. Get ready! Take a big breath in as you go down and give a big exhale as you go up. Try not to let your elbows flare out as you go down and up. If this bothers your wrists, try turning your fingers out to the side, doing them on your knuckles or on a pair of push-up handles. This is the true fountain of youth. Keep moving. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Up next, squats. Get ready. When you look down, try to make sure that your knee is going the same direction as your toes. Try to keep 70% of the weight on your heels, 30% on your toes. Grip the ground and keep these 3 points in contact with the ground. We have more possibilities available in each moment than we realize. 3, 2, 1, keep it up. Next up, slightly bent leg raises. Get ready. Squeeze your legs and feet together as you do this movement. Listen to your body. Make a diamond shape with your hands and place it under your tailbone. Be content with what you have right now. Rejoice in how things are. Keep it up. Let's do this together. 3, 2, 1, and great job. Great job on round number 1. You've got 2 more rounds left. And remember, if you're liking the way this workout feels, then you'll love the personalized follow-along workouts that we're offering to our Feel Good Challenge participants. And remember, it's free. So all you gotta do is go to WeShape.com/challenge to sign up for free, or click the link below or above this video. Let's dive into the next round. Round 2, woo! Up next, push-ups. Get ready. Try to press through your shoulders and rotate your elbow pits forward to finish each rep. If this bothers your wrists, try turning your fingers out to the side, doing them on your knuckles or on a pair of push-up handles. The kind choices you make today shape your tomorrow. Don't rush this movement. The more control you have, the better. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Up next, squats. Get ready. When you look down, try to make sure that your knee is going the same direction as your toes. Do every rep with your heels slightly outside of hip width and your toes slightly turned outward. Remember, staying in control is more important than the number of reps you can do. Keep believing in yourself. 3, 2, 1, you made it. Next up, slightly bent leg raises. Get ready. Try to stay tall through the top of your head the entire time. Remember, form first, intensity second. Squeeze your legs and feet together as you do this movement. Make joyful movement a part of your day. Determination is a strength, so flex it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome job on round number 2. I hope you're really starting to feel how these workouts can be customized to you by choosing the level that feels like the perfect fit for you. Now, in our actual WeShape workouts, we're gonna actually do the choosing for you and then give you the capability to scale those moves up and down in real time during your workouts. The goal is to make it feel like I'm your personal trainer right there with you, helping you make sure you have the right moves for you based on your goals and your capabilities. And remember, you can try this for free during our Feel Good Challenge. All you have to do is go to WeShape.com/challenge, or you can click the link that's pinned in the comments below. All right, let's dive into round number 3. Round 3, here we go. Up next, push-ups. Get ready. Try not to let your elbows flare out as you go down and up. Make sure all the points of your hand are in contact with the surface and grip tightly with your fingers. Try to press through your shoulders and rotate your elbow pits forward to finish each rep. Keep it up, you're almost done. 3, 2, 1, woo! Awesome job. Up next, squats. Get ready. Try not to push your knee too far over your toes. Even if you can only do 1 rep, try your best to do it with perfect form. Do every rep with your heels slightly outside of hip width and your toes slightly turned outward. Try to stay tall through the top of your head the entire time. 3, 2, 1, you made it! Next up, slightly bent leg raises. Get ready! Squeeze your legs and feet together as you do this movement. Remember, form first, intensity second. Make a diamond shape with your hands and place it under your tailbone. Press your lower back into the ground and squeeze your abs and glutes while tucking your pelvis. 3, 2, 1, yes! Looking good. Great job making all the way to the end of this workout. You should be proud of yourself. Now, if you liked this workout in this follow-along format, like I said, you're going to love the WeShape workouts that we give to our members and that we give to our challenge participants. And guess what? This WeShape challenge is free, but you have to sign up before the end of the day, Saturday. So if you like this workout, the next step for you right now is go to WeShape.com/challenge or click the link above or below this video or the one that's pinned in the comments. Make sure you sign up ASAP because we hope you join this one, all right? It's gonna be a life-changing experience.